Good evening, everyone. This is Cristina Campbell, and I'm so glad to be with you tonight. We're going to kick off with the second part 2, of balancing hormones naturally. If you missed part 1, go back to my YouTube channel, which, oh, by the way, I posted in the chat. So you can get that YouTube channel in the chat. Make sure that you subscribe to it. That way you'll be alerted every time I post a new video. But let's get started because we have a lot to cover tonight. I'm really excited about this. So what we learned last week during part 1 was we basically learned which organs, systems, and glands were part of the endocrine system. And the endocrine system, you know, is the brain for hormones. It includes a lot of different organs. We talked about how it functions. We talked about hormone testing, and I had recommended Dr. Dan Purser. You can go to Dan Purser's website and book an appointment with him. Just Google Dr. Dan Purser, and then you'll see that he has I think it's drdanpursermd.com, and he takes appointments there. But he also has a Facebook page, so you might want to check that as well. And he does test hormones a little bit differently than Western medicine. So he actually catches things before it gets critical, like low thyroid, hypothyroidism, or hypothyroidism. He's really good about that. And we're going to talk more about the thyroid tonight. So we also talked about what causes endocrine imbalances. We talked about estrogen or disruptors, and you know what products you may have used in the past that could cause hormone imbalances. And I really like hitting that hard because people just don't realize that, you know, everyday toothpaste and body washes and shampoo and all these things can cause our hormones to be out of balance. We talked about which products, yeah. So we also talked about why synthetic hormones are dangerous. The incidence of cancer is very high with HRT. So we talked about, you know, possibly thinking about treating yourself naturally. We talked about what role the hormones like melatonin and DHEA and cortisol play in our body, and then what Young Living products support the production of melatonin, or add DHEA, which is an anti-aging hormone, and cortisol, how we can stop cortisol production if it's too high. We also talked about how to support the body through the stages of menopause. So let's see what we're going to cover tonight. What you're going to cover tonight, this is really good for the guys, why men experience male menopause. We're going to talk about how to relieve PMS symptoms, how to support the pancreas, why balancing the thyroid is essential for overall health, how the parathyroid affects bone health, why reducing stress is important for the adrenal glands, which steps you can follow to support hormonal health, and how to begin supporting your endocrine system. Okay? So we are going to cover a lot, but, you know, feel free to ask a question, raise your hand, or, you know, put something in the chat box, and we can cover it anytime, during the presentation or at the end. It doesn't matter to me. All right, so the first thing we're going to jump into is the male version of menopause. This is called Andropause, and it's caused by low testosterone. The first line of defense is Prenolone Plus for men. Now, most women think that this is just for them, but Prenolone Plus, which is it's a cream, it's like a hand lotion, is for both male and females, and it's a Young Living product. It's just that many people don't know about the products that I teach about And that's why I teach about them, so that you'll know that we have things that are going to help you in every aspect of your health. So andropause, the definition of that basically is declining testosterone, and it is the basis of heart attacks that men have so frequently in middle age. Andropause affects hormonal levels, psychology, sexual activity, spiritual connectedness, interpersonal relationships, and social activity. Signs and symptoms are declining energy, weight gain, especially in the stomach area, irritability, frequent urination, prostate problems like enlarged prostate, and failing sexual performance. So the first line of defense is Prenolone Plus, and men should be using this every day if they think they're going through andropause or male menopause. If they're turning into the man cave kind of guy, doesn't want to socialize, tends to be a little irritable, doesn't want to go and do anything anymore, a lot of those things are symptoms of male menopause. Another product that supports the male glandular system is Prostate Health. And this is something that Kenneth takes every day. It's got pumpkin seed oil in it. It's got some really good nutrients for maintaining a healthy, normal prostate and its function. It's recommended for enlarged prostate, for impotence, for incontinence, and for restricted urinary flow. And it recommends taking one soft gel 2 times a day. So one a day isn't going to do it, guys. We need to get this down. And I will tell you that taking more is not going to be harmful. If you think taking two times a day is more your speed, then I would most definitely do that. This is just food, and it promotes a healthy prostate function. Another oil that men going through andropause should use daily is Mr. Mr. also helps to balance emotions. It promotes mental stability and supports the male reproductive system. You know, people just aren't talking about this. We have products that can help you. We're recommending that you do 3 to 10 drops under the tongue 2 to 3 times a day. And then you can also massage Mr. on the male reproductive Vitaflex points. That's on the bottom of the feet, and all you have to do is open your essential oils desk reference and look at the foot chart, and you'll be able to find that it is on the outside of your ankle. All you have to do is rub, massage that outside of both ankles for 7 days, and then rest, and then use it again. Okay, so that is for men. It's a short segment for men and andropause. So let's hit PMS, or premenstrual syndrome. Women are very familiar with these symptoms. Headaches or migraines, breast tenderness, muscle and joint aches, cramps and low back pain, bloating, weight gain, acne breakouts, fatigue, food cravings. Some of the behavioral symptoms are aggression or withdrawal from family and friends. Emotional and cognitive symptoms are depression, sadness, hopelessness, anger, and irritability. You can also have anxiety, mood swings, decreased alertness, and inability to concentrate. And what is it caused by? The body's reaction to monthly hormonal changes. And it affects about 85% of women at some time during their lives. So what can you do to keep this from happening? To keep this from throwing you off your game once a month? Well, you can use Sclerescence. This is an essential oil blend. It's recommended for PMS. It's also recommended for menstrual cramps. It supports overall emotional health, and it brings about a peaceful attitude. Sclerescence has clary sage in it, and this increases estrogen levels. Now, I use clary sage, the pure clary sage, because I'm postmenopausal, and I need all the estrogen I can get. Where women who are suffering from PMS, they still are producing estrogen, and quite a bit of it. And you produce more estrogen when you're pregnant than you do any other time of your life. And that's why you have that healthy glow, you're feeling good, it's just a good time. But we can't stay pregnant all the time, right? And we want a peaceful attitude, and we want to be supported emotionally. So use Sclerescence by putting about 10 drops in a capsule. And I'll tell you, Terry Seacrest, our Royal Crown Diamond upline, she swore by this. She did Sclerescence, from the first that she learned about it and heard about it, and she loved it. I needed something stronger. By the time when I first got into Young Living 23 years ago, I was just going through perimenopause. So I didn't get to use the PMS stuff as much as I started using, Prenolone Plus, Progestins Plus when it came out. It was Estro before that. And I started using those products. And I really think that I got through menopause and am sailing right into the next 68 years of my life. That's my goal anyway. So Sclerescence is a good one. Another really good one is Femigin, for women who are just having a really hard time with PMS. It's recommended for menstrual cramps. It's a menstrual balancer. It's good for PMS, lower back pain, menstruating through menopause. That means you're really not in menopause if you're still menstruating, because you have to wait a year. Once you've gone an entire year without a period, then you are considered in menopause. A natural estrogen, which supports the reproductive system and maintains hormonal balance as women transition into menopause. And I used to take Femigin when I was perimenopausal. Take 2 capsules with breakfast and with lunch daily. I don't take Femigin anymore, being postmenopausal. But it was, like I said, I think I just sailed through all of that. I mean, I had started hot flashes about the time I found Young Living, and we got it under control almost immediately because of the oils that I was using and the research I was doing and the products that I was using from Young Living. So you too can have a, smooth sailing with all of this. Another oil that's really supportive in balancing hormones is Geranium. Fennel is also a really good one. And you can make a blend of these. I would probably blend Geranium, Fennel, and Clary Sage. What a perfect combination. It balances hormones, alleviates bleeding, supportive to the menstrual problems like PMS. Apply 2 to 4 drops on the Vitaflex points that's inside the ankle for women, outside the ankle for men, outside ankle for men, and inside ankle for women, both ankles. This is where I put my Clary Sage every night. Geranium 1 drop in 4 drops of V6 or olive oil and put it in a capsule. You can take it in a capsule. Take 1 capsule before each meal or as desired. And then fennel, I love to just drink fennel in my water. You can do it that way, 1 drop of essential oil to 1 drop of V6 if you want to take it in a capsule. If you love the taste of fennel, or it's got that licorice-like taste, you might want to add it to your water. I like it. But then that's just me. Not everybody's like me, right? Okay, next one is Lady Scleral. So we have Sclerescence, then we have single oils, and then we have Lady Scleral. This is like a perfume. You can use this like a perfume for aromatic topical use. It too provides endocrine support while menstruating. It balances the emotions. It raises estrogen levels, and it relieves PMS symptoms. Remember from last session, part 1 of this class, I talked about it's not that we have estrogen dominance, it's that we don't have enough progesterone. And I talked a lot about our products that will add progesterone, or your body to be able to make more progesterone from the precursor pregnenolone. And then if we meet that progesterone level with estrogen, we're going to feel really, really good. And so you're wanting to add both. Also relieves PMS symptoms. So again, it's designed to be worn as a perfume for topical or aromatic use. Apply 2 to 4 drops to the Vitaflex points. That's the inside of the ankles, or at the clavicle notch at the throat. May be applied to the abdomen for relief of premenstrual discomfort as well. So these are some of the wonderful oils that we can use to help support our hormones. Let's talk a little bit about the pancreas. We're going to talk about diabetes. First of all, the pancreas produces insulin and digestive enzymes. You probably already knew that. It is the guy who controls the level of glucose in the blood. The endocrine function resides in the 1,000,000 or more cellular islands called the islets of Langerhans. It controls carbohydrate metabolism, and it secretes glucagon that counters the action of insulin. Okay, so produces insulin and digestive enzymes. Diabetes, these statistics were from 2011, so that's quite a long time ago, but back then it was affecting 25.8 million people of all ages and 8.3% of the U.S. population. That percentage has gone up dramatically, and I need to update those statistics, but it'll give you a point of reference. Type 1 diabetes is when you are incapable of making insulin. Your pancreas is incapable of making insulin. The pancreas cells are attacked by misdirected immune system, or you've had exposure to certain viral infections or environmental toxins that may trigger an autoimmune response. It can be genetically inherited, and it can also be caused by an accident. So if you have damaged the pancreas to the point that it cannot produce insulin anymore, you're probably considered a type 1. Type 2, on the other hand, is really what is affecting the majority of our population here in America today. Type 2 diabetes produces inadequate insulin for the body. It has a lack of sensitivity to insulin by the fat and the muscle cells, and it is a direct result of poor eating habits, higher body weight or obesity, and lack of exercise. It is directly related to that. This is an acquired condition. So there really is not much of an excuse to be suffering with type 2 diabetes. It just takes control. You just have to take control of who you are and what you put in your mouth and what you do as far as exercise. And, are you working out? Are you walking? And age has nothing to do with this, guys. Remember, I've got an epitaph out there that says she produced more, she did more for others in the last 68 years of her life than she did in the first 68 years of her life. This is my goal. I've put in my 10,000 steps today already. I did gardening for about, 2 or 3 hours in 89-degree heat, not to mention the humidity. And I'm active. I'm active. I was talking to a guy at a garden shop today, and we were talking about activity and the things, my gardens and all that. And he said, my grandmother is 97 years old. His grandmother is 97 years old, and they attribute it to the fact that she stays active. She is active, and she probably eats very well. I mean, the two kind of go hand in hand. So we're not going to talk about gestational diabetes. That happens usually during pregnancy. But let's talk about what can you do to support your body if you're having a blood sugar problem. In addition to what I just said, watching the food that you eat and getting exercise. You have got to do it, and it can't be just on the weekend. You've got to find a way to take care of your body and get moving. Because, see, back in the day, we didn't have all these jobs where we sat in front of a computer 8 hours a day. We were either working in a store waiting on people or gardening we were doing something. We weren't a computer generated society like we are today. So we really have to make an effort and find the time to do that exercise. But two of the oils that are really supportive for blood sugar are ocotea and coriander. Dill is also a very good one. And Gary talks about dill, fennel, and coriander. So fennel is a good one as well. Dill, fennel, and coriander. He talks about that in the Missing Link CD. And if you've never heard that CD and you are in my organization, I want to send you one. So you let me know if you want a copy of that CD. I'd be glad to send it to you. But all four of those oils that I just mentioned, again, ocotea, coriander, dill, and fennel, all reduce blood sugar fluctuations. They alleviate anxiety. These support natural body cleansing. They relieve inflammation, promote healthy weight loss, increase feelings of fullness, strengthen pancreas function, and lower glucose and insulin levels. How great is that? So Young Living has these capsules. I call them double-aught capsules. And if you take a capsule, half ocotea and half coriander 2 times a day, or put the desired amount of oils in a glass of Ningxia Red or some pure water to drink and get that down in you, it will do what I just mentioned above. Help to reduce blood sugar fluctuations. But of course, you've got to do this in conjunction with your exercise and a good dietary program. Ningxia Red. The Ningxia Wolfberry and Ningxia Red has been found to balance the pancreas. That's why it is so good for diabetes. It has a very low glycemic index. It increases stability of blood sugar levels, and it detoxifies and cleanses the body. Drink at least 2 to 4 ounces of Ningxia Red every day. This is a great, healthy addition to your diet. All right, we're going to talk about the thyroid gland. I know I have never had a thyroid issue, but I have been taking Thyromine for 20 years. I've never been diagnosed with a thyroid issue, even before I started taking it. I just wanted to take it to support my thyroid. So let's talk about this energy gland. It's located in the lower part of the neck, below the Adam's apple. It's shaped like a butterfly. It has two wings attached by a middle part. It controls heart rate, blood pressure, body temperature, immune function. This is really important right now, immune function, because we're doing everything that we can to keep our immunity high, emotions, hormonal balance, and the rate at which food is converted into energy. That is a big job for that one little gland. Thyroid hormones are essential for the function of every cell in the body. Essential. So what is hyperthyroidism? Hyperthyroidism is overproduction of hormones that increase the body's metabolism, creating both mental and physical symptoms. Symptoms are weight loss and increased appetite, shortness of breath and fatigue, intolerance to heat. Gosh, I have an intolerance to heat, but I get out there anyway. Heart palpitations, I don't have those. Increased frequency of bowel movements, weak muscles, tremors, and anxiety, difficulty sleeping. It might show up as bulging eyes and or a goiter. That's like a swelling in the neck area. The causes of hyperthyroidism can be inherited, but they can also be caused by environmental contaminants. It can affect all ages, but it usually occurs after age 15. So let's talk about hypothyroidism. You're going to find more people have hypothyroidism than hyper. This is the insufficient supply of hormones that regulate body metabolism. Have you heard people say, I just need to kickstart my metabolism. If I could just get my metabolism going, I could lose this weight, I could have more energy, I could feel better. Well, it could be that their thyroid is just not doing everything that it needs to do for them. So some of the symptoms are going to be fatigue and sluggishness, depression, pale, dry skin, increased sensitivity to the cold, puffy face or hoarse voice, unexplained weight gain, brittle fingernails and hair, otherwise known as the moans, groans, stones, and bones, because it affects everything. Muscle weakness, aches, joint pain, and stiffness. And the causes can be varied from radiation, surgery, viruses, bacteria, other medications that you may be on, pituitary gland malfunction because they work together, they talk to each other, congenital defect, and environmental contaminants. It affects over 11 million adults and children and twice as many women versus men. Hypothyroidism. Its increased risk includes age. So the older you get, the more of a risk you have of getting it. Weight. The more you weigh, if you're on the cusp of obesity, this is going to be more of a risk. And of course, medical history. So what do you do about it? How can you support the thyroid? Use your oils. Remember how I teach that you should be using oils every day? And I think sometimes we get in a rut with certain oils. I think we should start bringing in some of these other oils and using them for a while. See if we don't feel better. Myrtle is a good example. But I actually like Endoflex because it has myrtle in it. And myrtle normalizes hormonal imbalances of the thyroid and ovaries. It's an amazing oil. It stimulates the liver, the thyroid, and the prostate. And it's recommended for hypothyroidism. Apply 2 to 4 drops on location, on your Vitaflex points, on the bottom of the feet where the thyroid is. That's on the bottom of the feet above the lung area, if you look in your Essential Oils Desk reference. Inhale it directly, diffuse it, Or you can take myrtle as a dietary supplement, put 10 drops, 20 drops in a capsule and take it daily and see how that makes you feel. Gary used to say, if something doesn't work within 3 days or 3, good applications, then try something else, because obviously that's not what your body's looking for. Thyromine. This is something I really truly believe in. And I believe that we need this whether we have a thyroid issue or not. It's recommended for both hypo and hyper. So see, it's a balancer. It nourishes the thyroid. It normalizes hormone imbalance and reduces fatigue. And I will tell you, if this makes a difference, this and Ningxia Red, in my energy, over the 23 years that I've been with Young Living, I think that these, and multigrains, of course, these 3 things are probably what have kept me as young and spry and motivated and, mentally stable as I am, because I just feel in the deepest part of me that these are 3 of the supplements that I have to take every day, every single day. So Thyromine, I take 2 capsules every night before I go to bed. But you have to make sure. Now, I take supplements every night before I go to bed. I take my Thyromine, I do my Progestins Plus, I do my Clary Sage, I take my probiotic, Life 9, and I might, that's pretty much the same every night. And I found that if I take those supplements, I might take an oil capsule as well. If I take those supplements at night too close to when I go to bed, they kind of stick right around the sternum area. And so make sure you're drinking plenty of water and it's going down before you lie down, because I was having some issues right there. And I really think that it was because I was taking them so close to lying down, and it wasn't, going all the way down and doing what it was supposed to do. It was kind of sticking there. I don't know. I know it's because I don't eat with them, so I'm not pushing it down with food or anything. And just a food for thought, just to take a note. Don't take them without a lot of good water, before you go to bed. Okay, here's that one I was mentioning, Endoflex. Endoflex normalizes hormone balances of the thyroid and the ovaries, and it has myrtle in it. I love Endoflex. It supports the adrenals for increased energy. It stimulates the liver and the pancreas. And I love to put it right on that clavicle notch. That's a good place to put it if you're using it to support the thyroid. If you're using it to support the adrenals, then put it over your kidneys. If you're using it to support your liver and pancreas, then put it over your liver and pancreas. Liver's on the right side of your body, and pancreas is on the left side. You can diffuse this. It smells so good. It's got spearmint in it. I really like it. You can directly inhale it, make our little scent tent that we've talked about. You can add it to bath water. Take a capsule of it. There's just many, many ways you can take Endoflex. You can dilute it with 2 drops of V6 and put it in a capsule and take it up to 3 times a day. It is very, very supportive to the thyroid. Now, I will say that the oils that are in Endoflex are also in Thyromine. So you're just bumping it up. Here's a testimonial on Endoflex by Dorothy Gibson from the UK. She says, I had great results in treating clients with hormonal imbalances using Endoflex from Young Living. It addresses everything from menopause to PMS-related symptoms. I use a few drops of this amazing oil blend in a lotion, and I apply it to the abdomen twice a day. It lifts the general mood, and brings the body back into balance. Wonderful. And Phyllis Cameron from California said, I have found Endoflex to be beneficial to my symptoms of hot flashes brought on by menopause. I put a dab on each of my index fingers, and then I rub it into the bottom of my feet, or sometimes into my wrist. However, at the same time I started using Endoflex, I started drinking Ningxia Red every morning, about 1 to 2 ounces, so I attribute my controlling of hot flashes to both products. When I forget to put on my Endoflex, I do find that I'm more prone to having a hot flash, and the same goes when I forget, another menopause symptom, to consume my daily Ningxia Red juice. All right, I want to talk about Mega-Cal. Mega-Cal is one of Young Living's calcium supplements, but in Gary's wisdom, he put this together with magnesium and zinc and manganese. It also contains calcium, but also has vitamin C, copper gluconate, xylitol, and fractionated coconut oil. Magnesium is critical for proper enzyme function. We need that. It's good for insulin action, heart health, including high blood pressure. Zinc is crucial for proper action of hormones, including insulin and growth hormones. Manganese is needed for blood sugar control, energy metabolism, and proper thyroid function. Okay, we're going to go past this one. I should have taken that one out. Okay, we're going to talk about the parathyroid glands. I just had a conversation with a woman who just had 3 of her parathyroid glands removed. She didn't know that there were natural ways to support the parathyroid. And after having these 3 parathyroid glands removed, her calcium levels did not decrease at all. So these parathyroid glands, if you have high calcium levels, you're feeling run down, you're not sleeping properly, you're irritable, you have a decrease in memory, they actually release hormones into the blood to increase the amount of calcium. It controls calcium in the blood and in the bones, unless they're not being supported. You can get too much calcium, and that's what's happening to this woman. So the first thing I recommended with her was to do a colon cleanse, the cleansing trio. You know, that's where I like to start, get that colon cleansed out, because your body can't really start healing itself if there's a bunch of gunk in there. And then we're going to work on the liver, and then some blood cleansing. And she does have some other gut issues, so I think that starting to clean out the body is going to be the first step. And that's what I recommend for everyone. But too much parathyroid hormone can cause osteoporosis. The parathyroid glands have a powerful influence on the cells of the bones as well. So let's talk about some of the risk factors. Osteoporosis. Risk factors are aging, estrogen deficiency. That's why anyone in menopause, perimenopause should be doing clary sage or Sclerescence or Lady Scleral. Or Femigin. Inadequate vitamin D intake. So please take Young Living's Super Vitamin D. It is awesome. I love it. It tastes so good, and it is going to give you the D that you need. Just take a couple of them a day. Low body weight, smoking is a risk factor. Higher risk factors are diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, hyperthyroidism, celiac disease, asthma, and multiple sclerosis. Symptoms of osteoporosis are, you might be experiencing a backache, a gradual loss of height or stooped posture, or easily getting fractures of the spine or the wrist or the hip. Recommendation, at least 800 to 1200 units of vitamin D a day after menopause from both food and supplements, and calcium supplements. And I recommend MegaCal. We just talked about MegaCal. Also, I would recommend Ningxia Red and Mineral Essence. Mineral Essence promotes mineral absorption for bone health, but it also supports a lot of other things. It stimulates the adrenal glands. It contains over 60 ionic minerals. It helps with things like restless leg. Taking 5 droppers in water in the morning and evening is really a good thing to do. Make sure that the water is really, really cold. I found that I like it in cold water, and I learned to drink it like that at the clinic last February, when I was at the Young Living Clinic in Ecuador. I couldn't believe how good it tasted in cold water. I have been known to put it in orange juice in the past, but I really like it in cold water now. Mineral Essence, take your minerals. BLM is good for building bones, supporting adrenal function, and it's highly anti-inflammatory. It has wintergreen in it. So that's why it's great for any bones, ligaments, or muscles. That's what BLM stands for, bones, ligaments, and muscles. If you are 120 pounds, take 1 capsule 3 times a day. If you are 120 to 200 pounds, take 1 capsule 4 times a day. And if you're over 200 pounds, take 1 capsule 5 times a day. Allow 4 to 8 weeks of daily use before expecting noticeable results. You have to let that blood level get up there before you'll really notice anything changing. How do we support our adrenals, and what do our adrenal glands do? Well, first of all, they help regulate salt and water balance. They have anti-inflammatory action, maintaining blood sugar levels, blood pressure, and muscle strength. They affect the bones, mood, and the immune system, and they stimulate the heart, the lungs, the blood vessels, and the nervous system. They affect the processing or the metabolism of sugar, protein, and fat throughout the body. Our adrenal glands are really, really important. The hormone cortisol produced in the adrenal cortex is elevated when you get symptoms of weight gain around the abdomen, depressed immune function, and accelerated aging. The causes of adrenal fatigue, mostly physical and psychological stress. If you are wrapped around the axle on a daily basis, you are going to hurt your health. You're going to cause adrenal fatigue. Environmental stress can cause it too. Chemical stress can cause it. Hopefully we're staying away from chemicals. But physical and psychological stress are the 2 main things. I will tell you that if you have chronic pain all the time, this can lead to eventual adrenal fatigue. So my recommendations are reduce stress through learning to meditate, physical activities like walking, or find a sport that you like, playing golf or playing tennis like my husband does, or, walking the dog, whatever. Changing your attitude will help. But without stress reduction, all therapeutic and supportive measures will eventually fail. If you know you have adrenal fatigue, you can call me and talk to me about other ways that I'm speaking about tonight to support those adrenals. But basically, all you have to do is add the following amounts of essential oils to 1/4 teaspoon of V6 and apply this as a massage over the adrenal glands, which are located on the top of the kidneys. And you might want to place a warm compress on it, but 3 drops of clove, 3 drops of nutmeg, and 7 drops of rosemary. So one of the most effective oils, if you're looking at one single oil to supporting the adrenals, it would be nutmeg. I like to use Magnify Your Purpose because it has nutmeg in it. And so I will put that over my adrenals when I feel like I've just had enough. You know what I mean? I'm spent, and whatever's happening in, oh my goodness, what was that? I don't know what that was. Can you guys hear something? Like a gong?
Yeah, it went bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from, guys. I really don't. I apologize.
The feds.
They're after me. Okay, well, whatever. We'll just hope that it doesn't happen again. Thank you. So I like Magnify Your Purpose. Another really good oil blend is Energy, and Energy has nutmeg in it as well. So Energy stimulates the adrenals. This is an essential oil blend. It protects the liver. It boosts energy. It increases melatonin. So it's going to help you sleep at night, not during the day. You'll have energy during the day and you'll be able to sleep better at night. And it helps increase growth hormone production. That's pretty awesome. So you can apply on the Vitaflex points on the bottom of the feet. You can inhale it, you can diffuse it, or you can take either one of these as a dietary supplement. Here's that nutmeg, and I love nutmeg. Here's the V6 massage oil. Sometimes you hear me talking about V6 and you're saying, what is V6? I think we're out of stock on all of our massage oils right now, but if you don't have any and you want to get some, wait till it comes in and then get you a bottle, and it'll last you a while. This is a vegetable oil complex for dilution of essential oils. It's 6 organic seed oils. So there's coconut oil in there, there's grapeseed, there's sunflower seed oil, there's, I believe, I'm thinking there's sesame in there. It's just a really great mixture of organic oils. And then Dragon Thyme is a good massage oil for women who are having PMS issues. We have a Dragon Thyme shower gel, and we have a Dragon Thyme oil blend, and we have a Dragon Thyme massage oil. So if you really do need support during that time of PMS, these are the products that you're going to want to snag and use during that time of the month. All right, we're getting to the end. I do want to talk to you a little bit tonight about subscriptions. So first of all, let's hit 7 steps for your hormonal health. Number 1, eat a healthy diet. Avoid high glycemic and processed foods grown with chemicals. Avoid sodas, excess alcohol and coffee, and consume enzyme and fiber-rich foods. 2, exercise regularly. Daily exercise is a must for your body to run smoothly and at its best. A daily 30-minute walk or the equivalent is all that's necessary. You don't have to walk, 5 miles like I do, but I do highly recommend 10,000 steps a day. So if you're getting, say, 5,000 steps out of the way on a, focused walk, then with all the things that you're doing, around the yard and in the house and at work or whatever, you may be able to get another 5,000 steps in. But use that 10,000 step goal as something to shoot for. Manage your stress. Rest. Relax. Let go of tension and negative emotions. This is really, really important. Exercising, meditation, and positive thinking techniques can help. Of course, drink lots of water. I should have had a glass of water here tonight, and I don't, and I'm feeling it. Water is an essential nutrient. I call it heaven's beverage. Your body prefers at least 8 glasses of pure water a day without having to distill it out of some other liquid. Like, you wouldn't wash your dishes in orange juice, would you? So you want to make sure that you're getting pure water and not having to distill it out of other liquid. Live a healthy lifestyle. Keep the liver clean. Avoid household cleaning products or body and hair care products formulated with damaging chemicals. And we talked about that when we talked about estrogen disruptors. Think positively. Your mental attitude has a great deal of influence over your health and how your body functions and how you feel. Use your mind to your advantage. And number 7, take good quality Young Living nutritional supplements and use the oils that we talked about. You can't possibly get everything that you need from the food you eat. You know that by now, no matter how good your diet is. All right, guys. I want you to understand this so that you can share this with others. How do you receive wholesale membership now with Young Living? Because who wants to pay full price when you can get the same thing for 24% off, right? Number 1, a new member, all they have to do is purchase 100 PV on their first order, and they receive 24% discount on all of their purchases. There are no longer any premium starter kits, but there are many starter bundles or bundles. Like yesterday, I signed up a new family, and I signed them up with a kids, an oily kids bundle with Feather the Owl and the little kids oils. And I also signed him up with a thieves bundle because he wanted to start out with the cleaning products right away in his home. So the kids bundle and a thieves bundle. And of course that purchase was over 100 PV, and he became a member and will get 24% discount anytime he orders now, unless he does not order for a year. Or you can at least add 1 item to subscribe and save, and you can order at 1, 2, or 3 month frequencies. It's that easy. And I'm going to explain to you about subscribe to save here. You can choose any of Young Living's 600 products available from youngliving.com. Be sure to check out items specific to your health needs and goals. And you can even choose one of the pre-made bundles that I was talking about, making your checkout experience a breeze. Of course, if you are new on here, you're going to want to use the person's member number or referral number so that that invited you to this class so that they can get credit for your order. Okay, so let's talk about getting a healthy endocrine system. First of all, enroll in a 90-day subscribe to save. This is building a wellness lifestyle 1 box at a time, 1 month at a time. You get more than oils. Young Living provides you with tools that you need to really transform your journey to health, to better health. So you want to build your wellness lifestyle 1 box at a time. So what is Subscribe to Save? It's Young Living's monthly auto-ship program. Being enrolled in Subscribe to Save unlocks a 24% discount on all subscriptions and one-time purchases. It also qualifies you to earn loyalty points and gifts when you spend 50 PV or more on your subscription items each month. So let's look at some of those real quickly. Here's how to earn loyalty rewards points with Subscribe to Save orders. If your order is less than 50 PV, you're not going to get any points. If your subscribe order is 50 PV or more, not consecutive, you'll get 10% back in points. If your PV is 50 per PV or more consecutively, months 1 through 3, you're going to get 10% back in points. If you do 50 PV or more consecutively from 4 to 24 months, you're going to start earning 20% back in points. And if you do 50 PV or more consecutively months 25 plus, you're going to get 25% back in points. So that has not changed much. But just know that you don't get any points if your PV is less than 50, or if it drops to less than 50 in any consecutive months. You're also going to earn loyalty gifts when you're on Subscribe to Save. You can earn free loyalty gifts every 3 months for the first year, and then once a year thereafter by making consecutive 50 PV or more subscription orders every month. So you're going to get a gift on month 3, 6, 9, and 12. And there are exclusive bundles and monthly gifts. So being a part of the Subscribe to Save program gets you access to exclusive money-saving bundles like the old premium starter kit with the diffuser and all those oils, and you know what a good value that was. Or even a Ningxia Red bundle or a Thieves bundle. All of these are going to save you money. Also, there are going to be monthly promotional gifts based on your total order PV. So for the month of August, this was just the greatest ever. If you do 100 PV, you're going to always get free shipping. Make sure you select economy shipping, and you will get free shipping if your PV is 100 or more. This month, for 190 PV, they're going to throw in and give you a free bottle of Thieves dish soap. And if you're also going to get free shipping and a free bottle of luscious lemon essential oil. So that's for 190 PV. For 250 PV, you're going to get Thieves wipes, lemongrass, and the 190 PV gifts and the free shipping. At 300 PV, they're going to throw in a 3-pack of the Thieves hand soap. A 3-pack, not just one, a 3-pack. And all the other items. At 400 PV, you're going to get this amber glass soap dispenser. I have this in my kitchen. I got it at the spring rally, and I love it. I think it really looks smart. There's a hand soap and a dish soap glass dispenser. And I remember my granddaughter saying, "Oh, Grandma, the hand soap comes out so fluffy." And it really does. And then if you do 500 this month, for whatever reason, and let me tell you, it's not hard for me to do that because I ordered my einkorn spaghetti. I had to order 3 boxes of that. I had to order 3 tubes of toothpaste because I don't want to run out. You know me, I stock up. And I ordered a Divine Destiny kit again and some more Rise essential oil and 3 bottles of cinnamon bark and Kenneth's Prostate Health and my Thyromine. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. So I'm also getting a Desert Mist diffuser, and you will too. So that's really cool. Just subscribe to Save, and then you're going to get these bonus gifts. And then a lot of people have the question, how do I redeem my points? You're going to get those points back, the 10%, the 20%, and the 25%. Add the eligible items into a one-time order shopping cart, not on your Subscribe to Save. And then choose Loyalty Rewards points as your method of payment upon checkout. That's how you use your points. Don't lose your points. All right, guys, I just want to cover some resources with you really quickly. This book on the top, Pregnenolone, we talked a lot about Progestin Plus and progesterone. This is a radical new approach to health, longevity, and emotional well-being, and it was written by D. Gary Young. It is an old book. He wrote it many years ago, but it is available on Amazon. Also, Dr. Dan Purser has many books on Amazon, and all you have to do is type in Dan Purser, MD, and you will find a whole list. And many of his books are on Kindle. So these are some really good resources if you want to learn more about progesterone or female concerns, but I didn't post all of Dan Purser's books out here. Also, if you don't have an essential oils desk reference, you can get it now at mylsp.com, and they have a completely new look. So just check it out, mylsp.com, formerly known as Life Science Publishing. I want to thank you all for sticking with me for 2 sessions of hormones. It's a lot to cover. I'm hoping, above all, that you guys are beginning to embrace a healthier lifestyle, that you're feeling better, that your issues maybe when you first started Young Living have abated, and that you just are so grateful to be able to do more, be more, have more, and be a part of Young Living. So thank you so much for listening to me. I'm going to cut off the recording right now. Stop the share. Cut off the recording.